All right. So I'm here with Mara Nelson. She is the brand director at Viemed Healthcare and is also an adjunct marketing professor at UL. So I'm pretty excited to talk to you about this. She's also my mom, didn't mention that. But I'm excited to ask her some
Sorry.
questions. Today we're going to be talking about the use of AI in the marketing space. How are you doing today?
Oh, thank you, Marshall. I'm doing great. It's a pleasure to be part of your assignment today and kind of be the on the other side of it. Since I'm, like you said, I teach a class in marketing, and so it's my pleasure to be of help to you and to your students,
Yeah.
fellow students.
All right. So first off, I'm just kind of curious, does Biomed use any type of AI in their marketing right now?
Well, there's AI, and then there's what got released, right, with Chat GPT. And so, I mean,
Mm,
yes, AI is not a necessarily new thing. You know, like you get automated texts. You know, hey, your dentist appointment is in 2 days. Reply C or to confirm or X to cancel or something. So there's been a lot of that. And we've all experienced it, or you go on a website and you get a chat bot that comes on and says, "Are you fine? Do you need help finding what you're looking for?"
yeah.
All of that kind of more, I would say, tactical, mechanical workflow automation. AI has been, something that we've all experienced. But of course, the big news and what you were interested in is now taking that to a much deeper level, so that you feel like you're getting content, whether it's a blog you might get, or it might be
Yeah.
a questionnaire, a deeper, would simulate a real human being interaction. Because do you agree most of what is available or you see as a consumer feels kind of robotic, in my opinion?
Yeah, you can usually tell whenever it's an AI or a person that you're talking
Yeah,
to because it kind of takes
correct.
you down like a railway of talking points that it needs to go through.
Exactly.
Okay. So,
So to answer your question, yes, we use it, but in an infant modality, I would
yeah,
say.
just a very basic use.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Now, what do you think if you were to adopt something like Chat GPT or anything like that to make your advertisements, what would you say the biggest risk of using that would be?
Well, um, right now, if we incorporated ChatGPT into our, our marketing mix, I think it's too early for us, for
Hmm.
sure. And we're not a consumer brand; we're a business to business brand. So for my its case, it would be a little different. But in general, I think that there's as much wonder as worry about this new version of AI, and its potential impact on marketing. And I think that that's being played out a lot in the media. There's a lot of commentary about it right now, some of which you mentioned when you asked me to do this. And um, so I think that everybody, except if you're a big global, bold, lots of money brand, are kind of watching on the sidelines to see exactly
Yeah.
what the opportunity is. But if you think about innovation, um, you know, all kinds of innovation, that's always the way it is, right? You have these
Hmm.
early adopters, and they're sort of the trailblazers, and everybody else goes, "Oh, okay, me too." But so I don't know. I definitely do not see our company currently as a early adopter of this for reasons I cited.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
So then this is a bit more not so much having to do with Viemed, I guess more just marketing in general.
Sure.
Um, so do you think that the personalization towards individuals that AI can provide when it's just shooting out these mass things, it looks at the algorithms and personalizes the ad for you. How useful of an asset do you think that is for companies?
Well, personalization is something that has been pretty pervasive. I think it's the the granularity that this potential platform offers is much more precise.
Mm.
So it's one thing if I fill out a customer profile and you know my age and you know where I live and you know my nickname. I mean, I've given you all that information, but as I understand it, the opportunity now with this kind of platform is to be a lot more investigative and maybe targeting you a lot
Yeah.
more specifically. So there's no question that the more personal something is, the more it resonates with customers instead of one size fits all. So
Yeah.
segmentation and targeting and personalization are all common tools. But I'm going to say the same thing. I admit I haven't dived in, certainly not as much even maybe as some of the things that you're talking about, but I'm doing my best here from my perspective. And again, until we know a little bit more about its risks and rewards, it's interesting. And then if you look in the news, it's got the attention of a lot of the federal government
Yeah.
and Congress. They're trying to, like always, catch up to the technology and figure out what is this, and is there, are there privacy concerns? How are we going to separate fact from fiction? How do we put guardrails on this? Because we know, unfortunately, there's some bad actors who can impersonate others through some of these ways you can use this platform, stuff like that. So it's a whole new frontier of technology, I would say.
Yeah. No, definitely. I think we've all had some of those personalized ads where you're on Instagram or something and you've been searching something or talking about it and then an ad for it will pop up. It's kind of
Yes.
strange.
Yeah, and sometimes they know your name, and it's a little off-putting.
Yeah. Okay. So, sometime in the near future, I'm guessing eventually it probably will, but say maybe in the next 10 or so years, could you see AI advertising and marketing all fully replacing people, or would you see it more of a as an asset for people to do what they do, but just have it as an assistant, kind of?
I I personally think the latter. But you're a lot younger than me. You might see it a whole different way. You know, as labor becomes tighter and more expensive and constrained by the human condition, which is illness, absenteeism, vacations,
Mm,
customer service centers, all of that work that gets done. If you can replace a lot of the human, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, anomalies and inconsistencies with something that's on brand and more consistent and controllable. It never gets sick. It never has to sleep. I think that's going to be a winner,
yeah.
especially really big companies, right?
Yeah, I think you're right about that, especially like I think like Google and all those bigger companies are already have probably replaced a lot of people's jobs with AI. But I think smaller companies will take a lot longer
Right.
time for them to adopt it.
Yeah, I think that's correct. I mean, think about Marshall in just your lifetime. I mean, you're in your early 20s, and I mean, do you carry cash? Not much.
Yeah, no, not really.
So, do you? I mean, you don't even have to have your driver's license and your wallet anymore.
Yeah.
Everything you just move through this digital veil on anything. Swipe this to get through admittance to a concert. I mean, a million ways that have already been revolutionized. Yes, my dog, sorry, by
You're fine.
our dog, by our our personalities that have adapted, and I mean our personal preferences have adapted pretty readily. But it's it's probably the sky's the limit. I would think with this stuff for sure.
Yeah. No, it's definitely developing quickly.
Yeah,
It's a
even
bit
in fast food
scary.
restaurants, I mean, tablets are there. I mean, a lot of the service industry. I mean,
Yeah.
and the pandemic kind of got people used to that. Yeah, they became more tolerant.
Yeah, I
And so
went
if you're a, yeah,
actually on
what do you
UL's
think?
campus they have robots now that will deliver food and stuff to people's dorms. I've seen them around.
Wow.
It's weird.
Well, that's
Kind of cool
a
though.
lot less expensive and more reliable and safer than paying a human being driving around in a car.
Yeah, definitely.
Drones. I mean, it's all crazy.
Okay. And
Sure.
then I think I kind of know your answer. I'm gonna guess it's a yes, but do you think there will be a continued growth of AI use in the marketing space?
100%.
Yeah, I don't really see how there wouldn't be, given how useful it is generally.
Yeah, it's useful, it's efficient, it's cost effective, uh, and it's robust and scalable. I mean, so yes, I do think that. And just like every time there's a new wave of innovation, I mean, if you look back at Steve Jobs and introducing a personal computer to people, I mean, that was, now you hold in your hand with your iPhone as powerful a computer as some of the first computers that were on people's desks. I mean, you just who would have conceived of that? It's Steve Jobs, but anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's I just yeah, I've lived long enough now that I'm not convinced that anything can that something is impossible. I think anything can happen with the right attitude, investment, and opportunity to grow.
Yeah. No, I think you're definitely right.
Well,
Probably in
thank you.
more than just marketing, about everything is probably going to have it some type of AI eventually.
Right. And you mean I'm not right about everything, just about this? I'm
Yeah.
teasing.
No, this one specifically.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, you have any other questions for me today?
No, that's all the questions for today. Thank you so much
Okay.
for
Well, it's an
doing
honor to
this interview.
be on this with you, and anytime I can help you guys give some perspective on anything, just happy to help. You know that.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Okay. Bye, buddy.
Bye.